everyone, today I want to talk about processing your fears, getting rid of those things that are standing in the way of you living the life that you desire, being the person that you truly are. When we want to bring about something new into our life, there's always something standing in the way, some resistance, some fear. Maybe it's something we were unconscious of before, but now when we're going to do it, this fear arises in our body. So we can actually believe that our fears are who we are or how we are. It's just how we are and we can't do anything about it. People will have fears for a huge amount of their life and just believe it's just how things are. Maybe you've come across a person, or maybe you are a person who has a fear of heights. That's quite a common one. And I know people who have fear of heights, and guess what? None of it actually comes from being at a height. What it originally came from was a great experience, an experience that had a huge amount of uncertainty that went along with it when they were little. And so then your brain picks up patterns, and your brain's picking up patterns in the environment that goes, oh, that's unsafe, that's uncertain. It's the same thing, it's just picking up the same uncertainty, lack of safety. But we believe it's, oh, I'm afraid of heights. So we end up looking in the wrong direction. But when we want to bring about new opportunities into our life, naturally resistance and fear will come into our body. Now I'm going to talk to you about this exercise that I have done many times, and you can do this exercise on any kind of emotion. It doesn't have to be when you're afraid. You can be sad, you can be angry, you can be whatever other emotion there is. Anytime whatsoever, frustrated about things. I've done it when I was really frustrated, whatever that is. But you just feel that frustration in your body. You can feel the tension. So you can do this exercise whenever. You can also do this exercise, great for if a past memory pops up in your head. Okay, so if you have a past memory, every now and again it pops up into your awareness and you catch it replaying in your mind, you think, oh, it's just a memory. No, it's there for a reason. You can use this exercise for that as well, and I have done it as well. This is a really great exercise that I learned about, I don't know, nearly 20 years ago. I just found it on a website somewhere, a lady's 5-minute exercise, and it worked. And I thought, wow. And it changed my life. This is how I've done most of my healing. I haven't been to a counselor. I haven't talked about my problems. I've just sat there and gone through this and just felt the experience. That's how powerful your emotions are. You can allow yourself to feel, to be present, allow your emotions to dissipate naturally, and then the fear is gone. It's resolved. The belief goes with it. The behaviors go with it. It's like magic, but it's not. Because many years ago, maybe when you went through those experiences, the scary experiences, you didn't fully go through the experience. You didn't allow yourself to fully feel it. Because why would you? You're in an experience that wasn't good, that was scary, that didn't make you feel good at all. So you stopped that process, you held it in, and that emotion stays in the body, trapped in the body. So when we go through it again, what we're really doing is just fully going through the experience. And it may only take 1 to 2 minutes to fully feel your emotions. 1 to 2 minutes. If you have to replay a vision in your head, it may take a little bit longer. But it's still maybe only 5 to 10 minutes. So quick. So I'm going to take you through this exercise. Now, I did this exercise when I had to take my son for a driving lesson, right? That's a scary business, isn't it? Right? Anybody who's done that, you don't want to do it. But the fear would come into my body would tense up, and I go, oh, no, not doing that. Not going there. About after a year, I went, oh my goodness, I feel bad for him. So I had to go do this. I had this fear that if I resolved the fear, then I'd have to go and do it. And as I said that to myself, I went, oh my goodness, but the fear won't be there anymore, so it will be okay. So that was actually stopping me from resolving my fear, even though I knew I could do this. Another fear I had was a predominant one that would actually give me a physical reaction, and that was I was always afraid to look at my comments on social media. And so every time I would go to look at a comment, I would just freeze up. My heart would start racing like I just sped down the street, and I was freaking out. And I started going, what am I doing? And I started trying to calm myself down, breathing, doing breathing exercises, trying to talk myself through it, and none of it worked. Because you know what, when you're going through that, your body actually wants to move. So if you're in that situation where you're having a reaction, a physical reaction, you need to go through that first and allow that to happen, because your body in this exercise needs to be centered and relaxed. Your nervous system needs to have that safety and that purely relaxed feeling. So I'm going to take you through this exercise now. Very simple, straightforward. It will benefit you for the rest of your life in whatever you are going through. So get yourself in a comfy position, a safe spot, safe and comfortable, fully relaxed through your body, and I will tell you the next step. Now, once you're seated, this is about vision. So what we do is we sit here with our eyes closed. We're fully relaxed in our body, no tension in our body. And we have a vision in our mind. We let a vision replay in our mind of what the fear is. Now, what my fear was to get in the car with my son and go for a driving lesson. So I allowed myself that story to replay in my head. And what that does is that brings the fear into the body. Now, remember, you are in a safe place. You are probably sitting in your bedroom or on a lounge. You're comfortable, you're relaxed. This feeling is just something that is coming into your body, and you have to allow yourself to sit and feel it and breathe through it. Energy rises and energy falls, and with your breathing, this will also happen. And you just allow your emotions to flow. You keep allowing that vision to replay in your mind to bring about the fear into your body, to bring about the feelings, the sensations into your body. And then you allow them to become stronger and dissipate naturally. This is how we are meant to fully feel our emotions. This is what we put a stop to when it happened. So now I'm going to take you through this process. You're going to sit, relax, close your eyes, fully feel what you're feeling, having that vision in your mind. And then right at the end, something might happen. And this is the special part of this, because you do not need to think or talk about your problems. In reality, you just need to feel them. But what happens when you're sitting there, you're being present and just feeling what you need to feel? Something may arise in your mind. Something may come into your awareness, a past memory, a statement. You may call it something, name it something, or you may express it in terms of crying or sighing. All of these things have actually happened to me. This is a normal part of the process. So afterwards, you don't really have to go digging around and trying to figure out where this originally came from. It may come to you, but then you've got to sit there with yourself and just, realize that that is not who you are anymore. You are not having those experiences anymore. This or that is not your life anymore. You are living a very different life. And that fear no longer has to be there. Okay, so I'm going to take you through this now. So sit where you're comfortable, in a safe spot, close your eyes, and take a couple of deep breaths. And as you're breathing out, fully relax through your body. Release all of your tension. And when you are calm and centered, I want you to allow the vision to replay in your mind. Picture what you are afraid of in your mind. And as you do this, the fear, the emotions will rise in your body. Breathe and relax. As this is happening. Keep allowing the fear to replay in your mind as your emotions become stronger. Allow your emotions to become stronger as you breathe in and you breathe out and you relax. Okay, now name it. And you can open your eyes. This is how simple this exercise is. And I'm sorry if you did not go through the whole experience while I took you through this. But I'm only here. I can't be with you. You see how easy this exercise is. You do not need me or anybody else to take you through this. I've done this exercise many, many times, even with the smallest of things, and I've processed my fears. Those fears are no longer there. After I did this, it took me 10 minutes to do this exercise, and then I got in the car with my son and took him for a driving lesson. The only problem I had from then on was I had my hand on the center console, and I just had to gently tell myself, it's okay, just relax. And I got over it. Wasn't afraid anymore. It was gone. And I was fine from that point on, because in Australia you have to do 100 hours with your children. So that's a long time to spend in the car. My second big fear was about reading comments on social media. Now this took me about 3 or 4 times to go through. Okay, so this must have been a bigger fear, because I had a lot of that stuff growing up. Of, fear of conflict, fear of being yelled at, fear of being spoken to. So this must have been a big fear for me, but every single time it came up, I allowed myself to sit there, be present, fully relaxed through my body and just feel it. And it got to the point where the feelings from this, the fear from this was so minimal, it took me like 10 seconds on the 4th go. All right, and now I have no problem looking at the comments at all. A thought may come into my mind and it may go, what if? And I go, oh, it's okay now. I don't need to worry about that anymore. And I just read the comments. Now, wouldn't this exercise be handy to know when we were young and we were going through all this stuff and holding on to our fears and we didn't even know? So we've been living our whole entire life with these belief systems and with these fears and with these behaviors attached to them. And all we had to do was just sit there and be present with ourselves and just fully feel what we had to feel. Just to be present in that moment. It would have made such a difference to our lives. But this is such a simple exercise that you can do to resolve your fears, so now you can start living the life that you desire, becoming the person that you truly are, making sure these things don't any longer hold you back. All right? Let me know how it's gone. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like. But tell me how it goes, because I really love it when people start doing this and it makes such a difference to their life. And they, one day they wake up and they go, why didn't I know this 20 years ago? I know, I did the same thing, but it is amazing. And have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.